Good afternoon. My name is Tom Kalinowski. I'm the Director of Technology and Operations at Colonial Intermediate Unit 20. Today is Friday, October 26, 2018. This is Tech Tip number 54. In today's episode, we're going to cover how you can go ahead and create customized certificates for all of the students in your class. Let's get started. The first thing you want to do is open up Google Drive and open up Google Docs. You can see I have a Google Doc here. I imported a logo and I typed a message. This is to certify that this person participated in this event in my school and the number of hours. The key things that you have to do here is any piece of information that you want to be dynamic, you have to put inside of two less than signs and two greater than signs. So I have this is to certify that first name or F name, space. If you do want a space, put a space. If you want a comma, you can put that in there. But remember to put that space in there in this particular instance. Then less than, last name or L name, greater than. It doesn't necessarily matter what you specify inside here, so long as you know what it means when you go to match these fields against fields that are in your spreadsheet. So anything that makes sense to you is perfectly fine here. You could spell out first name if you wanted. You could just write first. You could write last, whatever you want. But the key point is anything that's dynamic has to be inside of these two less than and two greater than signs. And then you can see on the next section here, I have participated in, and I just did the same thing. Less than, event, greater than. And you can, again, make this any size you want. So up here, I made the text a little bit bigger. I made it bold. Down here, just regular font. And I did the same thing here for date and the same thing for hours. So this is just a normal Google Doc with some tags in here specifying dynamic text. So after you've done that, we want to go ahead and access a spreadsheet that has the information in it that we want to put on that certificate. So you can see in this case, I have a spreadsheet with first name, last name, name of event, event date, hours, ID, a bunch of other information. In this particular case, we're going to use all of those fields there, first, last, event, event date, and hours. So how you get started is you go ahead and click on add-ons, and you want to go to autoCrat. If you don't have autoCrat already, you can add that to Google Drive. I'll put a link to that in the description of the video. So let's go ahead and click on Launch. Shortly after you click Launch, you'll get this window that says no merge jobs have been set up. Let's go ahead and click on New Job. All right, so it's asking you to name your merge job. Again, you could call this whatever you like. We'll just call this Certs, and we'll click on Next. Now it says Choose Your Template. This means, in our case, choose your certificate that we want to customize. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to click on From Drive. Once that window comes up, we're going to scroll and look for our certificate, or you could type in the name of it. My certificate is right here. It's called Tech Tip 54 certificate. So I'll go ahead and select that. Okay. We see that it says Tech Tip 54 certificate here, and we're going to go ahead and click on Next. Okay. Now it says Merge tab here. This means what sheet within your spreadsheet do you want to grab the data from. In this particular case, we only have one sheet, sheet 1. We can see down here it says sheet 1, so that's what we're going to select. And then we specify how many headers are in our document. We only have one header. That means the first row of data, so first name, last name. There's just one row, so header row is 1. And the first data row is 2, meaning that it should start merging or picking these names starting at row number 2. The next thing we're looking at is, so these are all of the tags that are in the document, in that document right here that we created before. And we need to map it to the column that's in the spreadsheet. So we specified F name in our document or certificate, and that's going to map to first name. Okay. Same thing for last name. We'll go ahead and click on that and map it to last name. Event. We called it event as well in our spreadsheet, so we'll click on that. The date of the event is date, and the number of hours is equal to hours. That's it. We can go ahead and click on next. So now we can specify what the names of the files are going to be. And you can specify whether you want one file or multiple files. In this case, we'll choose multiple files. And the other thing that we can do is, for this example, let's make some PDFs. So we'll click on that. And as far as the file names goes, we can make the file names specific to the specific certificate. And the way we can do that is, again, by using tags. So rather than just call it like completion certificate, let's say we wanted to call it John Doe completion certificate, or Doe, John certificate. We could do that. How you do that is you can go ahead and click on this blue arrow here, okay, and that will bring all of the items available that you can put in the file name. So let's say we wanted first name. We can go ahead and click on that. What that did is copied it to the clipboard. So we can go ahead and click on, in the file name here, we can right click and we could say paste, and that said first name. And let's do a space, and let's say we wanted last name as well. So we clicked it, it copied it to the clipboard, we could paste it in there. Okay, and then we can just do another space, and let's say completion certificate. Okay, so we have first name, last name, completion certificate. We're making PDF files, and we're making multiple files. Let's go ahead and click on next. Choose the destination folder. So where do you want to put these certificates? By default, it'll put it in My Drive. I don't want to put it there, so let's delete that. And let's choose a new folder. Now you need to locate the folder. You can search for the folder or just click through your drive. My particular folder that I want to put these certificates in is happens to be named certificates. So we'll go ahead and click on that and click select. Now you can see that it says the destination folder is going to be certificates. Let's go ahead and click on next. For the purpose of this example, we're just going to skip this section. And again, we're going to skip this section as well for this example. And we're also going to say no for this example. No job triggers as well. So now that that job is saved, we can go ahead and run that job. So if we click on this play button here, or this run button, if you hover over it, you can see it says run job. Let's click on that, and it says running job certs. In a moment it should say, and it did just come up there, merge sequence started, and then it should tell you how many documents it's going to create. Okay, we can see here that it's saying 2 rows will be merged. As it's running here, you'll see that it says 1 of 2 documents merged. And once it's completely done, it'll say cleaning up for a moment, and then it'll go back to the selection, or the page where you can make a selection to run a job. So let's go ahead and click on this X. And we can see that it added a couple new columns to our spreadsheet. You can see that it says merge doc ID, URL, a link, and we have a message here, successfully created. So if we go back to our Google Drive and we find the directory that we told it to put all those documents, we could go ahead and click on that. And you'll see here all of the certificates. In our example, we only have 2. It doesn't matter whether you have 2, 20, or 200, or any number. It'll put all of those documents in here. So let's go ahead and make sure this worked. The first thing we can see that it most certainly did work is it named each of the files by first name, last name, and then completion certificate. Let's go ahead and double click this. And we can see here that it did in fact merge that name correctly. So it says Bob Smith. It has the name of the course, engaging students in history, the location of the course, it has the date, and it has the hours. Let's go back and make sure the other one is correct. And same thing, so it does have all of that merged data in there. So this is a quick way that you can, or quick method that you can use to create numerous certificates without having to type each one independently, saving you a ton of time. Well, if you have any questions or suggestions, please put them in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe and click on the bell next to the subscribe button so you can be alerted anytime I post a new video. I hope you found this tip valuable, and I'll see you again next time. Have a good day.